Welcome back to Class on Grass Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2.
Great stuff. Great stuff indeed. We are back in the stew after
Opening weekend.
after the opening weekend of the Premier League, and it is what, 8? Is it 8 or 9 days after we did our last one?
It's only been like 8, I think. It's been a week, almost exactly.
Nice. We had the boys over here had a excursion today with the soccer team for the school that we play for. We had a little bit of a filming problem as we got back to the house. Someone, I'm not gonna say who, deleted all of the footage.
We never do that for the podcast.
The podcast, and that never happens.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it happened. Like, I swear, I was just... By the way, it was me who deleted it. Like I literally... So I'm looking at all the files, right? They're in my, little... whatever. What are those things called? Like, the tan folders?
Folders?
Yeah, but, they're different, like a file folder. They're in the file folder thing on your computer. And, I'm looking at all 5, increments of the game. And I just randomly just highlight them and delete them. And I don't know how to get them back. I've tried everything, and I don't want to get a virus on my computer. So at this point, I'm just cutting my losses and saying, well, next game, we just have to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
At least it was preseason.
I have to do it again.
Yeah, Sutty. If you didn't know, Sutton, our producer, is our camera guy for the boys varsity soccer team at St. Paul Academy as well. Very prestigious role that he's in. It's one of those where you can honestly do it for the rest of your life because the pay is so good.
Yes.
But
Really rolling in the money right now.
he is he is rolling. I don't know if you could just hear him. I'm not really sure. Yeah, can the fans hear when you speak?
I can hear it. So.
Yeah, so then the fans can
There you go.
all of the fans that we have listening right now. I was thinking today, we should do a meet and greet at some time.
Oh.
Really?
Really?
Rent out a little room in a museum or something and do
a museum?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do Class on Grass media fans can all come and congregate. We can sign autographs and considering if you look at our Instagram, our Instagram followers and the amount of people we have on Patreon, if we're thinking everyone from the Instagram comes. If we get everyone,
I don't think that's possible.
Then we're gonna get 658 people there. We could have a rockin' crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to look at logistics.
One for the future, I think.
Well, yeah, and the COG Season 3 merch is almost here. It arrives for one.
Some have gotten.
We've gotten great reviews.
Yeah.
From some
Good
people.
quality.
But somehow, me and producer Sutton put an order in for ourselves immediately, before anyone else could, and it still hasn't arrived. So I don't know what's going on there. Might have to take up a little lawsuit with Bonfire. But don't worry, they're a great company. Without further ado, let's get into the actual soccer that happened.
Yes.
This past week. We're not going to cover... Well, we can cover a little bit of this Premier League week right now, but it's Saturday, so the game week hasn't finished. There's still games tomorrow. We've only had, 4 games in the game so far. Mostly covering last week. To starting off strong, right now. Season 3, we're getting this right.
2 in a row.
So the Hassani of the week for Season 3, Episode 2 is none other than Mr. Paul Pogba. Great lad.
4 assists in a 5-1 win against Leeds. You could say Bruno had a hat trick, and you could say that's
We don't give it to Bruno.
No.
Bruno is not allowed.
No.
He doesn't get the award.
Bruno needs to do more than a hat trick to get. But I think 4 assists is actually more rare than a hat trick.
Yes.
4 assists
but
is
I think you can praise a hat trick more.
Yeah. But it's more rare just because 4 goals in a game is crazy, but having one player assist 4 goals in one game is even crazier. So I think...
Wait, what? Did you say that...
Like having one team score 4 goals in a game is still like
Oh,
pretty rare.
yeah.
But having
Well,
one
didn't they
player,
score 5 that game?
yeah, exactly. So one player being involved in all but one goal, I think deserves the Hassani of the week.
Well, yeah, I mean, 100%. And Man United look like they're rolling. And speaking on Manchester United, like, it's been the weirdest announcement for Rafa Varane. Like, I haven't literally, like, I don't even know if he's there yet. Like, I know
Well, he
was
came out.
announced. He was announced before the game started.
Yeah.
Like, he came into the stadium, right? But like, they don't like PSG and Fabrizio Romano and 433 have been announcing all their players for PSG. Like, I didn't see anything about Rafa. It was like, oh, Varane's
Well, it's like
supposed to
confirmed
go,
signing, and then
literally nothing until he walked into Old Trafford.
Yeah. Till he like held his jersey up to the crowd before the game. It's like, oh, okay, so he's actually
like, he wasn't even in fantasy. I was like, what's going on right now?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what's happening? Like, but now I have him on my fantasy team. I wild carded week 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, well,
Should we?
yeah, let's just run through right now. So I don't know if you guys remember my fantasy team that I had for last week. Dude, I was feeling so confident going into that. I was like, this is gonna come out really well. But if I go to my game week 1 team, I finished with 25 points, which is absolutely dreadful. I think it was last in the league. Kasper Schmeichel got me 40% of my points.
Nice.
With like 9. My back line got 0 points because Junior Firpo -1, and then Shaw 1 and Mings 0. So my back line not doing anything. Matters, Havertz, and Cantwell all got me 1, they got me 5 in total. Bailey got me 4, Sancho got 1, Pookie with 4 because I captained him, and then Bamford with 2. And my bench got entirely 0s, like my whole bench. So I did a little rerouting of the fantasy team, right? And I'm already past last week's total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got 32 points. I wild carded. Now the team's looking a bit different. It's going to be much more changes than Mac has. But Rob Sanchez in net, Virgil van Dijk, Matty Cash, and Lewis Dunk in the back. Very solid back 4. All of them have clean sheets. Every single one of them. So I did wonders there. In the midfield, we have Todd still, Leon Bailey still. And Leon was maybe not the right choice to keep because he zeroed this week. But both of them still. And then Hassan, Bruno, and Harvey Barnes in the middle. And then Jamie Vardy and Neil Mape up top. Mape is going to have to go because he just got a separated shoulder, as I hear by medical specialist Brian Brown. But he did score a goal, so I'm not complaining because I can just transfer him out. I'm chilling. So, yeah, him and Vardy up top. And then on the bench, Schmeichs, Dini, Salisu, and Varane. Varane I brought in because I know that I can bring him in like next week or the week after, and then he's going to consistently play. He's just not going to like start the first game.
And then first game week, I had 78 points, which, did I say 79?
No,
you said 74.
I said 72 and you said 73.
Yeah, so I actually exceeded my my goal for
Which
this
is
week.
ridiculous. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, we were
Either of us get
joking.
close.
We were joking about it, and then I end up getting 40 points with Fernandez captain for his hat trick, along with Schmeichel on the bench. I didn't even use him with 9 points. So I was feeling pretty good, and then this game week only at 21 points, while you have 32.
Well, I mean, how many players do you have left to play?
I still have more than half my team, but you also have Fernandez to play, right? So I feel like that balances out. You probably will get more points than me this week, at least.
There's a chance.
Oh,
and then we should do the
for
draft.
the draft,
I made some big money moves, you know.
For the draft,
you know
yeah.
me. I made some transactions throughout the time. Let's see here. And this week already looking pretty good. 37 points. This week.
We're up against each other, actually.
Yeah. So my draft team, same as last week, except I brought in Ben Rama. Bit of a cheeky one, you know. He's gonna grab a few points here and there. And I was thinking, shoot, what did I previous? Yeah, I had, instead of Ben Rama, I believe it was, do I still have it? Yeah, it's Stuart Armstrong. So I think that was a cheeky little transfer.
Even though Stu is a saint, I'd say that's a pretty good trade.
Yeah. So
for Ben
my
Rama.
draft team consists of Rob Sanchez at the back as well, which is just great stuff. Ruben Diaz, Chilwell, Cresswell, and Webster. Mane Trossard, Ben Rama, Sancho, and then Ivan Toney and St. Maximin. Both Toney and St. Maximin not pulling the strings up top
No.
at all, like in any way.
No.
But, still getting the points from other areas. So I'm not complaining, and I think I'm going to pick up 3 points this week against you.
Yeah.
I think both of my teams will beat you this week.
Yeah. I won the first week. You lost the first week.
Yeah, well, I lost. I played Leo, I believe, in the first week, and I lost to him.
So I won the first week by 1 point. And then this week, I actually have more than my actual fantasy team. So I have 27 points, but Leo...
I have the same as well. I have more than my actual fantasy team.
Yeah, Leo...
Because captains and stuff.
Yeah, Leo actually has 37, so I'm down by 10. And I only have Iheanacho, Ward-Prowse, and Smith Rowe to play, so it's not...
there's a very high chance I win.
Yeah, not looking good. So yeah, I'd say good start for me at least for fantasy, and then you'll have to kind of come back from that 25 point first game week.
I mean, I don't really know who to bring in for fantasy. So
you don't have to bring in.
Well, I kind of do. I need to bring. So right now, I don't know why I'm giving away all my secrets. I think it's better that we talk about fantasy on the pod.
Yeah.
If we don't, then I'm never gonna talk about it, and I'm just not gonna change my lineup around.
Yeah.
So this is my time to actually change my lineup. But I need to get rid of Leon Bailey and I need to get rid of Neil Maupay because Neil, shoulder injury. Brian Brown, the expert, said he's gonna be out. I don't know who to bring in. Let's talk about Brentford for a minute. Ivan Toney, striker, prolific in the championship. Not gonna lie, hasn't looked great to start out the Premier League season.
Let's just talk about Brentford. They beat Arsenal first week and then tied Crystal Palace, so they're undefeated.
They look good. I mean, obviously they're increasing in the level of difficulty of opponents.
Yes. Obviously. Difficulty of London opponents.
Yes.
Arsenal at the bottom and then moving up to Crystal Palace.
They are really shocking right now.
They're
not
great.
Good. Brentford overall are doing well, but I mean, they kind of remind me of Sheffield when they came in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
The first year. So he's giving us a cheeky little smile over there because he's a Sheffield fan. Sadly for him, he won't be seeing Sheffield in the top flight for a bit. Check the Champions League.
I know.
Or the championship table.
Champions League.
Sheffield are actually in the Champions League right now. But yeah, they remind me of Sheffield. They lost to Huddersfield today. That's a bit of an oof.
So where does it even start?
No, check standings. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Sheffield United are second to last in the championship.
So they're looking at another relegation if they continue this form.
So they lost to Huddersfield 2-1 last week, lost 4-0 to West Brom.
Goodness.
Then tied 0-0 to Swansea. So not great.
They beat Doncaster 4-0 in the
So they'll win the FA Cup.
They've got the FA Cup form down. But they do. Brentford remind me of that Sheffield when they came into the Premier League that first year when they were just firing on all cylinders, the whole. Just
high energy, really.
Yeah. So that being said, I don't know if Ivan Toney is going to be doing that much this season as of goal scorer.
I mean, it also reminds you of Pukki then. Even though Pukki did start out good, he really didn't do much then the rest of the season.
And then he went back down to the championship.
And then scores another 20 goals.
Yep,
so
he had 26 last year.
I think it's that adjustment. Obviously, Pukki hasn't done much in the first 2 games for Norwich anyway, but they don't look very good either.
What was it? Today was... What was today? 5-0 in the first
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0 and 3-0. Their goal differential is -8 in the first 2 games.
It's not great.
That's poor.
That's not where you want to be. Really.
If I had to paint a picture of where I wanted to be starting 2 games into the Premier League,
you'd look at Brighton, actually.
So there's a great topic of conversation. Mm-hmm.
2 wins out of 2.
2 wins out of 2.
Second place in the
Burnley standings. And I can't remember.
Watford.
Yeah, and Watford. And Neil Maupay getting double goals. Alexis McAllister on the first day, and then Shane Duffy scoring as well today. Great to see from Shane. Mm-hmm. He is always an aerial presence. If we're being perfectly quaint with everyone here, Shane will not offer you that defensive play out of the back court.
He's an old school.
But if we're serving a ball into the box, I don't know of a better pairing to put in there than Lewis Dunk and Shane Duffy.
Mm-hmm.
Just for pure aerial presence.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So Shane, of course, gets on the scoreboard in the beginning, and then Mape, and then we win 2-0. Brighton, we didn't look as good against Burnley. I'm not gonna lie. I remember I was with you.
Well, you came from behind.
Yeah, I was with you, and I was like crying the whole first half. Like, this is the absolute worst. But turning it around, and I think we are having a phenomenal start. But yeah, I mean, for Brentford, for Norwich, I don't know really what they need to fix.
Yeah, I mean, they kept a lot of the players from the last time they were in the Prem.
Well, it reminds
Same
me of
manager.
Like Fulham, this past year.
I mean, obviously 2 games in, it's not end of the world, but we haven't seen much. Really.
No, I mean, 2 games in, you're like, okay, well, they're not clicking, but maybe they have potential. But like, you can't say that when they lose by that much.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even like.
Well, it's City. Obviously, City does that to about 5 teams every year.
They play Liverpool first as well.
Yeah.
It's a hard 2 first.
It is 2 hard first games.
Who they have next? I pray they don't have Man United.
But you look at like Leeds last year. They came in, gave Liverpool a run in the first game.
Yep.
And then went on and did well. So it's more just.
Yeah, I mean, let me see here. Who? I'm gonna have to go to the bottom of the table. Yep. Of course. All right. Next game, Leicester then Arsenal. I mean,
not great either. Arsenal will be a 3 points.
There's 3
Leicester's
points.
Tough, but
there's 3 points at Arsenal, but Leicester's a tough one to go into after those first 2 games.
Yeah.
Goodness me. I mean, I feel bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
They are just starting off rough. Goodness me. But that's pretty much all that I have to say about the Premier League right now. No big stories have happened. It's going smoothly.
It was a great start. Very fun games, I'd say, across the first week, and then looking forward to the rest of them this weekend as well. We do have a quiz, I know.
Yes,
a fan favorite.
It's one of those things where the fans just love it.
Yeah. This is actually a review, testing our knowledge of last season Premier League, and just seeing
and
how much we remember.
Of course, it is by The Guardian. That has probably been from where our last 5 quizzes are from.
So there's 15 questions. Should we just switch off everyone?
That won't work.
Why?
One of us will answer more than the other.
You can answer more.
I'm not sure that I want to put myself in those.
All right, I'll answer more. Then.
Sounds good. I'll ask the first question.
Okay.
All right. Get my announcer voice going.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Manchester City won the title by 12 points. Where were they in the table on Christmas Day? 4th, 6th, 8th, or 10th? Lock in your answer.
I know they weren't good up until Christmas. They were really bad.
I can't tell you anything. My face is like cement.
I think I'll go 6th.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
100% sure. All right. You're wrong. 8th. Wow. City did not look themselves.
So I was right.
At the end of the year.
Still over.
They were even below Everton. Why is that what they say? Why is Everton the benchmark for being not a good team? But 15 straight wins soon put an end to their struggles. Okay.
So I just, gave them too much respect.
Okay, no. I gotta get my hat backwards for, the look for, what do they call that? I don't know. Whatever.
Which club was 4 points clear at the top of the table on Christmas Day? This is pretty easy.
What are the options?
Manchester United, Leicester City, Tottenham, or Liverpool.
On Christmas Day?
Mm-hmm.
4 points clear?
Mm-hmm.
As Mr. Ted Lasso would say it, Leicester City.
Final answer?
Yes. Oh, what?
Yeah, it was Liverpool. And because I remember...
No way.
I remember Liverpool being starting really well and City doing really bad.
I
And
swear, like
we were like,
last year
oh
we-
god, Liverpool's gonna do the back-to-back, but obviously that didn't happen. Leicester were second, so you off by 4
wasn't
points.
far off.
Yeah.
All right. How goes forward again?
Okay.
You know, I have two different personalities. One announcer
A
and
Sheffield United question.
Ooh.
Suddy, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, no. This one's because then it'll even
Yeah.
them out. Okay, this one's for Suddy. Okay, ready?
Okay.
You'll give the numbers and I'll give the.
Oh,
Okay, so here is the question.
I'm thinking.
Because you watched so many Sheffield United
Yeah,
games
you watched
last
every
year, so
game.
you're gonna know.
So invested.
You're
in the
gonna
team.
know this, Suddy.
You could call me an expert.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think so.
thing. Okay, here we go. How many matches did Sheffield United play this season before they won one? So basically, how many matches did they lose or tie
Before they
before
won
they
the
got
game.
a win?
11.
No, you have to. No, here he's
11?
He's gonna give you the
I
options.
get an option?
Yeah. 11, 14, 17, or 21.
Really not great numbers there from your
Don't
team.
want to be there
So
in any
I'm-
of
I'm
those.
crossing out 11 because they're not that good. 11's not.
Well,
That-
pretty,
that's not
pretty
great, though.
Terrible, also.
But this is your.
Because if you have to think about it, like you get like
Like,
11 means they lost or tied 10
a
matches in a
third of their
row.
season was no wins.
That means a third of their season straight. And if you go higher than
But,
11,
we let them. So not
I'm
11.
higher than 11.
Not, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
higher than Wisconsin.
Not 11. Okay. 14. You
17,
stop it there.
21.
If I say 21, I should not even be a fan. So
It's
I'm just
blackjack.
going-
See, I don't think it's 21 either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. See, this
I'm
could be
going-
mind games though from Mac.
I'm going in between, so 14 or
Here,
17.
hold on.
Yeah.
This could be mind games from Mac. You know, he said I don't think it's 21, but does he really not think it's 21, or does he have the answer in front of him?
I'll be confident. I'm gonna say 14.
Wrong. 17.
You were
You
three
can't
off.
be confident, Suddy.
You were
Yeah.
3 off. 17 games though. That's shocking.
They were really bad.
Like
They were really bad.
that's not picking up 3 points for the first half of the
Yeah.
season.
Is it me or you?
So
Leicester. Okay, it's me. I'm answering. Yeah.
which 2 clubs played with the same sponsor on the fronts of their shirts? Brighton and Burnley, Aston Villa and Everton, Southampton and Newcastle, or Tottenham and Crystal Palace?
Not Tottenham and Crystal Palace
Oh, I gotta know this one.
because it's Brighton.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Villa.
I know what it
Villa
is.
and Everton.
I know what it is.
Villa and Everton. Final answer.
So I'm gonna also just
Kazoo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also they have the little ladies, or the you know what I'm talking about? The 2 people sitting back to
the Kappa logo. Yeah. Kazoo.
Mhm.
The used car website.
Yes.
Shout out Kazoo.
This is actually where we're gonna segment into the sponsor of today's episode,
Yeah.
Kazoo.
Harry Kane finished with more goals and more assists than any other player in the league. Who was the last player to achieve this double?
I was gonna say this before I even saw, and I'm gonna stick with my gut because it's probably not right, but this man is all over the Premier League media.
Mm.
Can you guess who I'm gonna say?
I have my answer, but I'm not.
It starts with an A.
Okay. Final answer.
Alan Shearer.
Andy Cole.
Andy Cole. So it did start with an A.
Yeah, well, you were close.
I was close there.
He did it in 1993-94 when he scored 34 goals and set up 13 more. For newly promoted.
Newcastle.
So is another Newcastle player.
Yeah,
other than
so
Alan.
I had the A and the Newcastle. So if you say prolific striker,
Yeah.
breaking a Premier League record from Newcastle,
Yeah.
name starts with A. Like there's no one else that comes to
Yeah.
mind other than Alan Shearer. So I basically had it.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which team's top goal scorer only scored penalties? Well, like you could say Penn.
You can say not literally only scored penalties, but mostly.
Like, is this literally only scored
yeah.
penalties?
I think
Probably
it's
like Sheffield.
yeah. So it's Manchester United, Chelsea, Sheffield United, or Newcastle United. Well, it's not Man U. It's not Chelsea because Jorginho didn't take that many
Yeah,
penalties.
Jorginho was not there. I mean, I might be wrong. I don't want to get my words mixed in.
Sheffield just didn't score. So
That-
maybe
that's
they
the
scored
reason.
one goal and it was a penalty or something like that. Or Newcastle.
Who takes the Newcastle pen?
It's not Newcastle because I feel like Callum Wilson would be their top goal scorer and he scores other goals. I mean, I guess Sheffield. Final answer.
Hold up, let me.
Have we gotten any right?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It's Jorginho.
Really?
Yeah. why I
Somehow
said I don't wanna get my words
Chelsea finished
twisted.
with a top 4, with a top scorer Jorginho, 7 goals all from. Oh, 7
That's
Wow.
a really low top scorer, if we're being honest.
for Chelsea as well. Well, I knew
The
Werner,
other thing is, like-
Werner scored 7, didn't he?
No.
Somewhere around there though.
The thing I was thinking was like, I swear I remember someone saying like no, like
Yeah.
Chelsea had all their
Yeah,
goals
yeah.
spread out.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's probably Chelsea because they're like, there's gonna be someone now that's listening.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my god, how did you not know that?
I don't think we've gotten a single.
Dude, you guys should have seen the quiz that we were gonna do before we chose this one. Golly.
Which team scored 7 goals in one match and conceded 7 goals in another match? Southampton, Aston Villa, Arsenal, or Liverpool? See, this is quite an easy one.
Liverpool. Well, wait, no, it's either Liverpool or Aston Villa. It's one of the two because Liverpool Aston Villa was 7-2.
Mm-hmm.
Villa.
Villa? Final answer?
Wait, let me see the look in your eyes after I say each one. Liverpool.
I honestly don't know.
Villa.
I know one team that scored more than 7 and conceded 7.
Southampton.
No.
You guys
Southampton
conceded
never,
9.
Yeah, we never scored 7 though.
Who's conceded and scored more?
Choose.
You said you know. Wait, so you said you know?
No, I don't know, but I know
Oh.
like an answer. I don't know if it would be right in this question though.
Villa.
Villa?
Mm.
Yeah, I was thinking against Crystal Palace. It was Liverpool because they
So
won.
you knew it was Liverpool.
Yeah.
And you didn't see. That's why I was trying to find your poker face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
the man has a good poker face.
All right. Halfway through.
Wait, I'm an announcer now. Okay. Who was the only player to score 4 goals in a game this season? I was like I thought I said in the same season. I was like that's
Many
not-
players.
Okay, let me read that again. Who was the only player to score 4 goals in a game this season? Harry Kane, Patrick Bamford, Gareth Bale, or Son Heung-min?
Son. Final answer.
Final answer already.
Yep.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Man is ready to
I
go.
know what game it was.
Which game?
Southampton. First
Wow, he's got it right.
game. I think it was first game of the season. Yeah. Son just.
Was that when he scored the absolute banger that went into the so he was on the left side of the field, right? And he just drilled it from 35 yards
No.
out.
All of his goals were 1-on-1 with the goalie. Question 9.
Wait.
What did Arsenal, Leicester City, Manchester United, and Tottenham have in common this season?
Arsenal, Leicester, Man United, and Tottenham.
Their away records were better than their home records. They were the only clubs to have players booked for diving. Well, that is a very high chance. None of them played a game that kicked off at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
There is no chance.
Or they all spent more days at the top of the table than Manchester City. Okay, well, Arsenal was there, so it's definitely not the last one.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm gonna cross off. This is like taking the ACT.
Yeah.
You have to slowly cross off the answers, right?
Mhm.
So if we're looking at this question, Arsenal and Tottenham take off the last one. So it's not that they spent more days at the top of the table than Man City. I severely doubt that they didn't kick off at 3 p.m. on Saturday, because that's a fairly common time to play. And also, is 3 p.m. the earliest time, or is 12?
That's 9 for us.
Dude,
That's when all the games
There's
start.
no
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
They were the only clubs that players booked for diving. That's a possibility. Their away records were better than their home.
I think it's one of the first two.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say.
Mhm.
Do I have a coin? Here, I'll flip my voter exam card. Okay.
I think I have my answer as well.
I'm flipping the voter exam card to
Mhm.
decide. Okay, so front of the voter exam card. Oh, I probably should not get this out on there. Starbucks card. There we go. Front of the Starbucks lady is away records is better than home records. Back of the Starbucks lady is booked for diving.
Okay.
Front. So it's their away records were better than their home records.
Oh, no way. It was the
There's
3
no
p.m.
chance.
3 p.m. on a Saturday. None of those teams.
I do not believe that. Well, was it like 2:55 or something? Like, did they just kick off like a minute later?
What are the...
What are the like requirements here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 10.
Numero 10. Which unusual Premier League? Producer Sutton's enjoying my Spanish speaking back there. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Not really.
Okay. Numero 10. Which unusual Premier League record did James Milner set this season? The most yellow cards in Premier League history. The most own goals in Premier League history. Not a great record. The oldest player to score a goal in a Premier League game. I severely doubt that. And the most appearances as a substitute in Premier League history. They're all kind of L's. Like, if you have the first...
I remember him setting a record, and it's one of the last two, I think. I think it's most appearances as a sub.
Isn't that kind of sad?
Yeah.
Like, you're
Look
the
at-
most...
He
sub-
always comes on,
I
though.
know, he does.
For like 5 seasons. He's
He's been a consistent sub every game for
I
like
think
5
that's my
years.
answer.
Locked and loaded?
I don't think it's right, but like
Locked and loaded.
yes.
Correct.
Oh, it was right. Peter Crouch had held the record previously.
You see, 2 players that you could really...
You could really just guess those, I think.
All right, number 11.
All right. Which player scored 2 penalties in his team's first game of the season and 2 penalties in his team's last game of the season? Bruno Fernandes,
Jamie Vardy.
Jorginho,
Jamie Vardy.
Gabriel
Jamie Vardy.
Jesus, or Jamie Vardy?
Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy. Vardy also scored 2 penalties in another game, Leicester's 5-2 win at Manchester City in September.
I just remember that Jamie Vardy scored 2 goals in the first game of the season.
Oh.
So I was like, well,
I would have gone with
Fernandez.
actually Vardy, because none of those make sense either.
Yeah,
So,
Fernandez was like, no. And then Jorginho, well, he only
Jesus
scored 7
doesn't
total.
take Jesus doesn't take penalties. Okay.
A player made Premier League history when he scored an own goal, gave away a penalty, and was sent off in the same game. Who was he playing for at the time? Fulham, Southampton, Crystal Palace, or Leeds? That's really like just like you kind of cancel everything out with that record.
Southampton. I think it was only because
Gabs.
I think it was Bednarak against a 9-0 loss against Man U. I know he got sent off. I know.
Wait, okay.
I know he gave away a penalty and was sent off, and I'm guessing he scored an own goal out of those 9. So that's my final answer. There it is.
Jan Bednarek. Wow, that is phenomenal.
The knowledge is just coming
The
out.
knowledge is oozing out of his brain.
Yes, there we go. Enough of that game.
Let's just scroll right past that.
3 questions left. This season featured the oldest manager in Premier League history and the youngest manager in Premier League history. How old were they on the last day of the season? Can you name them?
Scott Parker.
Scott Parker and Roy
Yeah, Roy
Hodgson.
Hodgie. Roy Hodgson was like 75.
First-
So I'm going to go with 29 and 73.
29.
And the options were 33 and 69, 31 and 71, 29 and 73, and 27 and 75. Actually, dude, this is such a hard one. No, don't reveal it. So Scott Parker looks like he's in his 30s,
Yeah.
but Roy Hodgson looks like he's in his 70s. So maybe I'll go 31, 71. But Roy Hodgson looks like he's 80, actually.
Oh, I should have gone with it. Oh, it was Ryan Mason. Remember at the end, they sacked
Oh my gosh.
second
It was
manager. And
Ryan
then
Mason.
he had 2 games or something. Yep.
We got Haji right though.
Yeah.
All right, second to last question.
My last question.
Which player nutmegged opponents on 21 occasions, more than double the number of nutmegs produced by any other player in the league?
Jack Grealish, Mason Mount, Rashford, or Traore?
I already have my answer, and I'm fairly certain I'm right. And there's only one other that I would choose to maybe be an option.
I'm gonna go with Rashford.
Neither of mine.
You're not?
Neither of mine.
Oh, really?
Like, obviously mine don't count right now. But
Jack?
neither of mine.
Does Grealish really Meg? I don't know. I think so, but not completed, you know? He, like, puts through the legs and then
I don't know if they count.
gets fouled or something.
Rashford's your final answer?
True. I've gotten, like, 3 right.
Mine
already.
would be Jack Grealish or Adama Traore.
I think Traore... Wow. Rashford's
The
correct.
knowledge. It's the knowledge from you.
I think I got, like, 4 in a row now or something.
How is that Marcus Rashford?
Because he just dribbles. And
Marcus
he loves
Rashford
a flashy, nutmeg there.
does a little nutmeg and
Yeah.
throws some money to the stands to feed the kids.
The kids.
You know, he's got it all going for him.
All right, last question before we end it up here. What was unusual about the goal scored at 2:28 p.m. on
That's a strange way to write
Yeah.
2:28. Is that how they do it in England?
probably?
Like a 2 in the
So, what was unusual about the goal scored at 2:28 p.m. on the 26th of September 2020? It was a winning goal scored by a goalkeeper.
That's not true because Allison.
That was like May.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was scored with just the 3rd touch of the game.
How would that be the case?
It-
Because it's 2:28.
Yeah. It went into the net after bouncing off both post and the crossbar, or it was scored after the final whistle had been blown.
That is Brighton's goal.
Brighton's
That
Bruno
is
Fernandes.
Brighton's.
There it is.
Yep. There it is.
Bruno Fernandes penalty after the game had ended. They decided to give him
Yep.
the
I knew
penalty.
that one.
Yeah.
As soon as you read the last one, I was like, well, there it is.
So you got what, 2? Maybe?
Yeah,
Let's call it 2.
Yeah, let's say 2 to 4.
I think I got 4.
Yeah.
4 to 10, I think.
All right. Well, that does conclude the podcast for this week. Apologies if my voice was a bit raspier. We were in me and
Wonderwall.
Mac were in the Wonderwall at the United game, Minnesota United, not Manchester. Earlier, and we were screaming around a lot. So my voice is a bit gone, but yeah, it was a good pod. Not a ton happening this week. Just hope everyone stays with fantasy, continues to work on that because it's a lot of the excitement right now. I'm actually loving the draft.
Yeah, I am too.
I am really into it. And the good thing about the draft is it helped like me also do my regular fantasy because I'm on the.
You're
app.
like, oh, this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's doing well for my draft team.
Yeah,
Maybe I put him in there.
regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
All right, well that concludes it, and we will see you next week. Peace.